What's up, guys? Today's video is going to be a product review. This foundation was sent to me by INFLUENSTER. It is by Origins. It is their brand new Pretty in Bloom foundation. As you can see, it is a 24-hour wearing foundation that is resistant to sweat and heat. This foundation is also made from 12 nourishing flowers, as it states on the packaging, and it has SPF 20. One of the cool things I noticed right off the bat about this is there is a color for every tone. So you have your rosy, which are the cool undertones, pink, reds, and blue. Your bouquet, neutral undertoned people, a little bit of pink and yellow. And then you have your marigold collection, which is for our warmer undertone, our deeper skin tones, yellow, peaches, and golden. And just here's some information on the little card they sent me in my Vox box. It pretty much tells you a little bit about it. It has some buttery flower waxes from perfume and crushed petals, flower honeys, essential oils, and again, here are the 30, that's right, 30 shades. So there's something for everyone. I was super excited about trying this foundation, so I'm gonna let you know my honest thoughts on it, and you guys can formulate your own opinions. Let me know if you end up trying it or what you think. Also, if you are interested in receiving products for testing purposes, be sure to check the down box for my link to INFLUENSTER. It is a free sign up. So jumping right into the review, my face is already primed. I've just got on some moisturizer and my brows are done. You can't see right here, it's not focusing, but I got color number 110, which is very light neutral. So the packaging is very typical of Origins brand. Nothing too fancy going on, just very clean and sleek. So let's talk about the packaging. I think that for $38, which is what this retails for at Macy's, it could have had a doe foot applicator, a pump, something else. I hate putting product directly on my fingertips into the face. Now, I first noticed that it felt really creamy and buttery. Couldn't really smell anything. There is a light, and I mean very light hint of a floral scent. I honestly didn't notice the smell until I started passing the brush across my face to try and apply it. So right away I thought that it was going to apply much nicer than it actually did because of the consistency of the formula. Like I said, it felt like butter on my fingers. It was really creamy and smooth, and I really liked that initially. But once I started trying to smooth it out on my face, I immediately noticed that something was not right. I don't know if it's all the wax in the formula. I don't know if it's the fact that it's got an SPF in it, if it's because it's water-based, if it's a combination of all of those things. But it really applied like an SPF or a lotion on my face. It was not smooth at all. I was literally blending for several minutes, and this shade really washed me out. So I truly could have gone a shade maybe two darker, maybe at least one, okay, not two, but at least one shade darker. And I ended up having to bronze up my face to just bring my face back to life because it really washed me out, and it was super streaky after using this brush for application. I don't know that a damp beauty blender would have made it any better. I use this brush for literally every other foundation I have had. I've had this brush forever. So yeah, I was really disappointed that it took so long to blend, and that's a big reason of why I sped this up, because it took so long. Now, this is supposed to be a medium to full coverage, and it's buildable. I don't see the buildable part being something easy to do because it was so hard to just get this one layer on smoothly. And I say smoothly in quotations because, again, you can see the streaks of foundation on my face. There was nothing smooth about this. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of it right away. And you know, I just feel like for the price, there are other foundations that cost just as much, if not less, like my Clinique foundation, that look a heck of a lot better and go on a lot better, and they last nicely throughout the day. All right, so let's talk about a few things. Excuse the mess in the background. I've got a sick toddler and I'm washing sheets. So she has a fever anyway. Trying to keep that under control before it gets worse. But yes, let's talk about a few things about this foundation. So for one, under studio lights, I should not appear this bright. So yes, it was a touch too light for my skin tone. I could have gone one shade at least darker. With the help of bronzer though, I was able to warm it up, so it's not so bad. But still, this was in 110, which is very light neutral. Not sure how they came up with sending me this color, because I do get to kind of pick like what shade I am. And I'm pretty sure I didn't go this light. I usually try to go like the one after the lightest. Let's talk about packaging. So you get a 1 ounce bottle, or tube I should say, of foundation. So again, this package retails, or this foundation retails for $38 at Macy's. For the packaging, you know, it appears sleek, simple, and nice. However, I think for the price, I would have preferred a doe foot applicator or a pump, preferably a doe foot applicator like my Clinique, like my Clinique Beyond Perfecting has, something like that. So, formula. There is a, you almost can't smell it, but there is a very, 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 very light hint of a floral scent. I really didn't notice it until I began applying it with my little foundation brush, which actually I got from a friend of mine. It came from the Sephora VIB Rouge collection. It's a Pro Mini Flawless Airbrush, which is super dirty. Never mind that. I immediately noticed that it was not the easiest to apply or blend. It took like a few minutes, and then I felt like you could still see the streaks in the foundation after I was applying it with the makeup brush. So I did not like that. It went on, it has a very like buttery, soft, light, creamy texture to it, so I was a little shocked that it went on like that. Now I don't know if it's because of all of the flower oils or wax extracts that are in it, because that does make up a good portion of it. Of course, it is water based, so it kind of seemed to apply a little splotchy in areas, even though it was very hard to move around the skin. On top of that, it also has sunscreen in it, which generally isn't a problem, but it did kind of remind me of how, like, when you're applying a lotion or a sunscreen or something like that on your face, and it just kind of, it's almost thick, but it's not. It's kind of hard to explain. Again, I think the flower oils kind of counteract the thickness of the sunscreen and everything else going on in the ingredients, but it's just not a smooth application at all. So that was a big no-go for me. Of course, this is my first time applying it, so I don't know how it's going to wear throughout the day. I'll try to keep you guys updated on my social media, so be sure to follow me on IG if you do not. So of course, this does have a 20 SPF to it. You're supposed to apply it at least 15 minutes before sun exposure, reapply at least every 2 hours. So I just saw that. That kind of makes me wonder, like, how long does this stuff last? It's supposed to be medium to full coverage, buildable. I don't see that being possible with how hard it was for me to apply this one coat. It is infused with a nourishing blend of naturally derived ingredients from 12 flowers and wear extending technology, but it says to apply every 2 hours, I guess, depending on your exposure to the sun. Let's see, sweat and humidity resistant foundation, delivers an instantly radiant, natural looking finish with breathable comfort plus 24-hour wear. The silky petal-like formula glides on smooth and builds easily from medium to full coverage. Instantly blurs out imperfections for a more even looking tone, keeps skin happily hydrated, never tight or parched. 100% mineral derived sunscreen, invisibly protects against sun's damaging rays. Like I said, I'll keep you guys posted on that. So far, the two cons are the color and the fact that it was not an easy application for me. So this does retail again for $38 at Macy's. Overall, I will say there are better foundations out there for much cheaper. But that's just my preference. Everyone is different. I do like the fact that they have a full variety, full range of shades from very light to very deep skin tones. So that's very nice to see that collection is so broad. But yeah, you guys, if you have tried it or intend on trying it, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed this quick review. Thank you to INFLUENSTER. Thank you to Origins and Macy's for sending this product to me for testing. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.